Okay, someone confirm if my screen is visible. Please check your audio and video settings. Okay then. Okay, let's get it started. Let's do a quick recap about the yesterday session, right? So we were discussing about what? We are discussing about the Java package. What is a Java package? Java is what? A Java package is a collection of a similar type of classes. Okay, this is very important. Collection of similar type of classes, interfaces and sub packages. Right? And what are the advantages? We have seen about reusability and we have also seen about modularity. Today we will understand about security, shareability and abstraction. So with these three topics, the packages concepts are going to get completed. Okay. So what is modularity? Modularity is what? When you have a big task, okay, when you have a big task and this big task is going to get divided into bits and pieces, right? Bits and pieces, right? And once each and every developer, okay, bits and pieces, and it gets assigned to the individual developers, and once every task is developed, okay, all the functionalities will be combined together once again into a single entity. This process is called as modularity, and this modularity could be achieved by what? Java packages, right? And what else we have discussed? Okay, yesterday we have discussed about the import keyword, right? So you can import packages in three ways. One is by using import keyword. You can directly use the package name followed by a dot operator and then the asterisk symbol. It has to end with semicolon. Okay. The moment you do this, the moment you do the import by using the first import statement, right? So you will be able to import all the classes that is placed inside the dedicated package. If you want to import only the particular class or only the specific class, you can go for this. Or else, if you do not want to use import keyword, you can do this by using fully qualified name. So we have seen these things yesterday, right? And what is a driver class? The class which has the main method is called as a driver class, because from the main method the execution gets started always, right? So, and also we have discussed about sub package. What is a sub package? A package within a package is called as what? Sub package. Okay. So today we will understand the concept of security, shareability and abstraction. So the topic is why security is one of the advantages in creating Java packages. Security. Why security is one of the advantages when you create Java packages. Security. Before even understanding about the security, I want you to type 100 plus 100. Please tell me what is 100 plus 100. I don't know. What do we get when we do 100 plus 100? Everyone? Okay, Prasanna 200 says everyone should be in the same page. Okay, Teja says 00. Good. I got 200. Okay, so it's all about the answers. Okay, guys, thank you for your response. Let's get it started. Okay, security. So when I talk about the security, so let us say that there are two packages, guys. Okay, let us say that there are two packages. So this is package 1 and this is package 2. Okay, I want to name this package as package 1, right? Package 1 and there is package 2. So my requirement is, so I am working on package 2. Just imagine that I am working on package 2. So I am developing a kind of functionality. Okay, but what I am realizing is the functionality that I am going to develop is already there in package 1. The functionality that I am going to develop is already there in package 1. So by using import statement, right? So we have discussed about import statement. By using import statement, so I will be like, I can place a request by using an import statement and I can get that functionality in the form of what? Response. So how I can achieve this? By using what? Import statements. So this is very much straightforward, right? So I can use import statement So if the functionality that I'm going to develop is already there, it is already existed in another package, I can directly use that by using what? By using the import statement, right? Yes or no? Import statement is there. I can import that package and I can import all the functionalities that is available in this package as per the requirement. I do not want to develop a separate method for that. Are you able to follow? So I will be placing a request in the form of import keyword and I will get a response. So response means what? I would be able to use that comfortably, right? So let us say that there is one functionality here. Functionality, right? So in this case, from package 2, I'm trying to access the functionality from the package 1, right? I can say that there is no security here. Anyone can access. Someone, okay, someone who is going to develop a is working on different application, he would be developing a package, a different package, he would be developing a different functionality, okay, and if he wants to use the existing functionality, even he is authorized or he has all the privileges to do what? Use the import this package 1. He has all privileges and all the rights to import this package 1. So there is no concept of security here. Anyone can access. By using keyword, anyone can access the functionality of another package to their own package. Yes or no? What if I want to restrict this? There are some cases where you are supposed to do what? You are supposed to place some restrictions. For example, if you have a dedicated functionality in package 1, you should place a restriction in such a way that no other person from a different package should be able to access the functionality. Should place such restriction. How we can place such restrictions? We are going to see that in today's class. I have to follow. For this to understand this, so let me take a small example. Focus here, guys. So this is the example I want you to show. So I have created a package. The name of the package is pack2. Okay. Before understanding this, let me tell you something. Okay. If I say if my class is public, when I say public class A, okay, this public is representing an access modifier. So I can call it as, by looking at this, I can call it that, or I can call this class as what? The public class. Public class. Okay. Which means whenever a class is assigned or whenever a class is declared with the public keyword, you can call this as public class, which means this class can be accessed from anywhere. It is completely public. So in the real-time example, there are some public places, right? Public places, anyone can access to the public places like public parks, okay, railway stations, they are public places, airports, anyone can access that, right? Likewise, even in Java, okay, when you are declaring the class with the public keyword, you call those classes as what? Public class. But when you don't declare it with public keyword, okay, when you don't declare, for example, if I have a class like this is class B, okay, I am not declaring anything before this class, okay, I can say this, I can call this class as what? I can call this class as the default class. Please remember these two things. Default class. Okay. If any class is specified or if any class is declared with public keyword, you call this class as public class. Okay. If any class is not specified with public keyword or not declared with public keyword, you usually call them as what class? Default class. Are you able to understand? Having said this, let me go back to this program. Okay. So what kind of class is this? Type in the chat box, what kind of class is this? What kind of class is this? Is it default or is it public? Everyone respond. What kind of class that you're seeing here? Everyone. Public class. Because it is the class is with public keyword. Right? Okay. Now we focus here, guys. Now you focus on this. Okay. So this is very important. Now we focus here. So I will just introduce you something. So So I have created a package, guys. I have created a package. The name of the package is pack1. Okay, and I have created a class. So my class is going to do what? My class is going to help me to generate the email address. So the name of the class is taken as generating email class. Don't worry about the function of this class, just try to understand the concept. Okay, security, we are discussing about security. Okay, so this class is going to generate the email. So I have kept the name as generating email followed by a method. Okay, there is a method block. Okay, so the method block, the name of this method is what? Email generation. It is accepting this name as the input, any string name as the input. Okay, so after taking the name as an input, right, and we are performing a concatenation. We are performing a concatenation, means we are combining the name followed by @abc.com. Let us imagine that ABC is the domain name, company name, right? You are getting the name as an input, right? And what is the actual functionality? The name that you are giving is going to get combined with, is going to get concatenated with @abc.com, right? And the concatenation, the result will be displayed in the console. Email will be created. For example, if the name is something like Balaji, okay, this Balaji gets concatenated with what? @abc.com. Okay, and this is going to get displayed in the console. So what is the input? Input is the name. What is the output? Output is going to be what? The email address has been created. Random email address is going to get created. Whatever the name you are going to give, this is the functionality. What I want to do, I want to perform what? I want to perform the compilation and execution. So this is my code. Focus here. This is my code. Okay. This is my code. Right. So before compiling this code, I want to save this code with .java extension. For the first few classes, I am going to do this every time. Right. So what should be the name of the file? Generating email. Generating email. Right. .java. So when the moment you do this, generating email.java, your operating system will recognize that this is not an ordinary file. This is the Java file. Okay? This is the first step. This is the first step, right? So let me do it here. Okay, I want to save this file. Save as. Okay. How I am supposed to save this? Generating email.java, because name of the class followed by the .java extension. It has been saved successfully. After saving, we need to what? We need to activate the compiler, right? So to activate the compiler, always remember, when you have the package name, what is the typical command to activate the compiler? Please type in the chat box. What is the typical command to activate the compiler, to perform the compilation and to place the .class file into this particular package? What is the typical command? And can someone help me with that? Anyone? These things we have been discussing every single day. Good, Sudhir. So this is the command. Sudhir has given the answer, right? So let me do the same thing. Okay, Java C space -d is going to represent the current destination. I mean, dot means what? Current directory, right? What is the name of the file? Generating email.java. Okay, now focus here. Focus here. Now, after this, you want to activate the compiler, right? So compiler. Okay, always remember, so when you want to activate the compiler with the package, and also if you want to activate the compiler, and also if you want to create the package, so this is the command that you can use. This is going to do two things. One is compilation. Second one is what? Package creation. Package creation. Okay, so what is the proof? So you can see the package is created pack1, and the .class file has been placed inside this package, generating email. This is a class file, .class file. We have been discussing these things for a long time. After this, what we are supposed to do? We have to, okay, let us stick to the compilation. We have compiled the file successfully. Now what I want to do? So I am the team leader. So this functionality has been prepared by one of my team members. So I am the team leader now. I want to test this functionality. So I'm going to take different package. I'm going to take a different package. The name of the package is pack2, right? In order to test the functionality which is in a different package, right? So let me bring this to the screen. Let me bring this code to the screen, okay? So focus here. Okay, so this is the code. Okay, I am the team leader. I want to test the functionality that has been developed by one of my team member. Okay, so I need to compile this code. Very simple. I have taken the main method. I have taken the main method because from the main method only you can text each and every functionality, because the execution starts from the main method. Okay, but the problem is, so the functionality is placed in a different package which is called pack1. Okay, but I am working on part. I am trying to perform the compilation execution from the pack2, right? From the pack2, what I am doing, I am simply, so let me remove this first. Okay, do not want to, let me remove this import also. Okay. Firstly, I want to compile whatever the file that I have. I want to compile that. After the compilation, I can think about the execution. So what is a typical command for the compilation for this particular package? Very simple. Java C space -d space dot space driver.java. Driver.java. This is a typical command because I have the package also and I want to compile my Java file, right? Before even doing this, I want to save this, right? I want to save this. So let me save this file. Save as driver.java, because name of the class followed by .java extension. Okay, it has been saved successfully. I am not including this too. Okay? Just a class block followed by the main method. Okay, so this is what the code is. Okay? So let me do the compilation. Java C space -t space dot space driver dot. Okay, it has been compiled successfully. What is the proof? If you go and see, you can see the pack2. Inside the pack2 there is a .class file. Okay, but what I want to do, I want to use the functionality. I want to use the functionality of package1. I want to use this functionality. I want to test this functionality. To test this functionality, yesterday I have said, firstly I need to do what? I need to import that. I need to do what? I need to do import. Import package name. What is the package name? Pack1, right? Pack1 is the package name, dot, followed by what is the class name? Generating email. Generating email, right? The moment I place this import statement, what happens? A barrier will be created, a connection will be created, between these two classes. Okay, and I want to test what? I want to test generating email functionality. To test this, object creation is mandatory, because in Java everything is an object. And remember one thing, I will explain you each and everything in the from tomorrow. Okay, we are going to see what is public, what is static, what is main, everything in detail. For now, understand this, understand the concept. Okay, so generating email obj equal to new generating email. Okay, object has been created. So I want to test the functionality of generating email. Inside that there is a method called email generation is the name of the method. Okay, by using this object reference, okay, obj dot, what is it? Email generation. Okay, email generation. Okay, I need to pass a name, some name I need to pass, because this method is expecting a string, some kind of string. You can pass any name. So let me pass the name as something like Lakshmi. Okay, so I have made some changes. Okay, these are the changes. I have included some statements here. Okay, let me go back to this method, this class. Let me do the same thing. import space pack1 dot, what is the name of the class? Generating email. Generating email. Okay, now I have to create the object generating email obj. Same thing I am doing it here, nothing else. Obj dot, what is the name of the method? Email generation is the name of the method. Okay, email generation, I have to pass like I have made some changes here. I have made some changes. Again, I am saving it. So whenever you are making a new change, again you need to do the compilation. Okay, so we are compiling again driver.java file. Okay, now we are starting to perform the execution. So I want to execute this driver class. I want to execute this driver class, but the driver, the dot class file of this driver class is placed inside the pack2 package. Pack2 package. So what is the typical command? Anyone help me with the command for the execution? Come on. Come on. What is the command for execution? Come on, come on, come on, come on. When you have a package, what is the command for execution? When you don't have a package, what is the command for execution? But we are working with packages, right? So what is the typical command for the execution? Java space class name without package. Okay. See, so this is the driver class. I want to execute this, right? I want to execute this. So this is the class name, but there is also a package, now. There is also a package, now. So this, see, go to the folder. You go to pack2. The dot class file is placed inside what? Inside pack2 package. It's just like this. Okay. So the moment you perform the compilation, the moment you activate the compiler, dot class file is getting generated. But the dot class file is where? Where is the dot class file? Driver dot class file is generated. Where is the driver dot class file? It is not in the current directory. Okay, this driver dot class file is placed inside a package called pack2. Inside this pack2, this driver dot class file is there, right? So what is the command for execution? Java space. Okay, first you need to find where is pack2. Okay, first we need to inform the operating system that the dot class file is there inside the pack2 dot driver. This is the command. Java C space pack2 dot name of the class is driver. Okay, something is happening. Don't worry about the output. Okay, so what happened because of this command? Because of this command, let us understand the internal things now. Because of this command, what is happening? JVM is coming into the picture. Okay, you are loading what? Because of this command. Just because of this command. Okay, dot class file, driver dot class file is getting loaded inside what? Inside JVM. This is JVM, right? And after this, the main thread gets created. Okay. Main thread gets access to the what? Main method. Okay. So where is the main method? This is the main method. Okay, all the instructions inside the main method gets executed. First is what? Generating email. Okay, generating email. Main thread will not get confusion. There will be no confusion here because it is going to check, is there any generating email in the current class? No, there is no generating email. Is there any generating email in the imported class? Yes, there is generating email. Okay, it is fine. It is accepted. Next, what is happening? You are invoking the object. On top of this obj. You are calling email generation and you are passing a value Lakshmi. Right? What happens? It is going to find the methods email generation. Inside the generating email, it is going to find the method. Okay, and it is going to take the value Lakshmi along with it. Okay. Value Lakshmi will also be taken along with it, right? Okay, and this value Lakshmi will be given to this method. Okay, string, and this name becomes Lakshmi. Okay, the moment this name comes Lakshmi, you're doing what? A name plus abc.com at the rate abc.com, abc.com, right? These both values will get concatenated. Okay, and you're using what? You're using system.out.println, and you want to display this in the console. So in the console, obviously the value Lakshmi at the rate abc.com gets displayed in the console. This is how it works. Okay, so what is happening? This main thread will execute all the instructions inside this email generation method, and this value will also get displayed on the console, and it will go back to the place from where it was transferred, right? And there are no more instructions, and it will go back to JVM, and this main thread will get destroyed. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. We are happy with that. Now we are talking about what? You are talking about security. Now here there is no security. Here there is no security because the driver class is able to access the generating email class, but I want to place some restriction. I want to ensure that this package is secured. I want to do what? I want to completely ensure. I want to ensure that this package is secured. No one should access this package. Ensure that this package is secure. No one should be able to access this package, because I don't want everyone to generate the email addresses for my company. I do not want each and every developer to use this functionality. This is a very secured functionality. Generating the email address is going to be a unique thing. Okay, it has to be done by only one class. Other classes should not import this, and they are not supposed to take advantages of this generating email, and they cannot get the benefits. Okay, I should keep this in a secured way. I should keep this class in a secured way. In order to do that, what I just will do, I will just remove here public. That's it. The moment I remove public, nowhere, even though if you try to do import, whatever you do here, even if you import, even if you use fully qualified name, access will not be granted. I will just change the access modifier from public to nothing. What is the proof? Okay, let me remove the access modifier of the email generation class. Okay, if I remove public, it means this is going to remain what? A kind of not private. It is going to remain independent. No one can access this from outside the package. No one can access this from outside the package. Now let's see what will happen if someone is trying to get access of outside the package. Let me save this once again. Let me recompile this generating email.java. Okay, this is working fine. Now let me go to the driver class. Okay, now the driver class is trying to access what? Trying to import generating email functionality. But when you go and see the generating email functionality, okay, the class is not public now. The class is default class. When you place the class as default class, when you're ensuring that there is no access modifier for this, when you have removed this public access modifier, it means no other classes can import this package. You cannot get access to this package from another package. Right? Where is the proof? If I try to recompile this driver class now, okay. Now see, generating email is not public. It's saying, hey boss, you are trying to compile it, but let me tell you something. Generating email is not public in pack 1. Okay? Cannot be accessed from outside the package. I'm sorry, I cannot give access for this. Right? So what you are doing it here, see, you are not able to compile it. You are getting the compilation error. You are getting what? Compilation error. Why you are getting this compilation error? Because that is the rule. Only the packages, okay, and the classes that are public can be imported. If the classes are not public, they cannot be imported. Why they cannot be imported? This is some kind of security constraint. Okay, here in packages, you have an option to define the security, yes or no. How we are going to define the security? If the class is public, everyone can access. If not, only a full of restriction is placed. If you are removing this public keyword, it is just like, okay, even though you are trying to import it, okay, it will be blocked. Okay, you won't able to create a create a way for it. Import statement will not work here because you are trying to import the generating email class which is of what type, which is of default type. Okay, it is taking care of security or not. So in some cases, there are some classes you should be using the class as what the default class, because you are placing some restrictions. Able to understand? Yes, no, everyone, are you with me? Come on guys, any confusion here? Monica, Lakshmi, Prasanna, you getting what I'm trying to say? Yes, no, right? Very simple, very simple. Okay, so class A, okay, class A, pack A, or else package ABC. Package EFG is class B. Class B. Let us say that this is the public class. Okay, and this is default class. Okay, if I use import keyword, okay, now you know that, okay, you can specify that, okay, this class is what default class. Why this is default class? You are not using any access modifier. Not using any access modifier. This is public class because the access modifier is for public. Okay, here you cannot use import keyword. You cannot import. You cannot import pack. I mean import abc dot a. Why you cannot import abc dot a? Because a is the class of default type. A is the class of what type? Default type. You are not specifying any access modifier. A barrier will not get created. Okay? But from here you can access it. From here you can access the other package. Import what? EFG dot p. This is possible. Import EFG dot p. This is possible. This is not possible. Which is not possible? This is not possible. But this is possible. Why this is possible? Just try to check. B is of what type? B is class of what type? Public type. Okay, you can do this. You can place a request from here to here. You can place a request from here to here. But you cannot do the vice versa. You cannot do what? You cannot do the vice versa. Why you cannot do the vice versa? Because you are trying to place a request for a class which is of default type. In this case, this is not possible. This is not possible. Okay, but this is possible. Able to follow? Okay, now a small what we call it as. Let us do a small thing. Okay, now tell me it is valid or invalid. You have to tell me which one is valid and which one is invalid. Package. Okay, PACK 1234. Package PACK 5678. Something, some numbers I am taking. Okay. Class A. Okay, this one is valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? Can someone say valid or invalid? Can I take like this? Invalid. Why invalid? In a class there should be only one package. In a, I mean what we call it as, you cannot take two packages. Package should always be the first line. Okay, and you can use only one package keyword. That's it. You cannot use the package keyword over and over again. Only one, and it should be on the top. This is not possible. Okay, having said this, let me remove this. Let me remove this. Okay, now tell me what kind of class is this? What kind of class is this? Default class. Default class means what? Complete restriction, completely secure or completely protected. Okay, no other class can access this class. Okay, no other class can try to access this class. It is not possible because you are not specifying it as public. Able to follow? Only if you specify it as public, you can play with what? You can play with import keyword. Okay, now import keywords will not work for these classes. Why it will not work for these classes? Import keyword will not work for pack 1 2 3 4 dot a. Okay, why? Because this class is of what type? Default type. This will not work, import will not work. Okay, there are, so this kind of concept is called, so package creation also provides security, right? And again, if you see here, I am able to address why packet creation is going to give you security, and also we should understand what is the concept of shareability. What is the concept of shareability? So the security and the shareability, they always go together. Please remember, security and shareability, they do what? They always go together. They always go together. Okay, if you're talking about security, you're already talking about shareability, because you're restricting the shareability. So you're saying that, okay, you cannot share this class to any other packages. You're also talking about shareability, right? When you have understood security, you have already understood shareability. When you understood shareability, you have already understood security. Both always go together. So there are no changes here. Why you're restricting shareability? Why you're restricting shareability? Because of security constraint, right? So the shareability thing is also addressed. Okay, it is because security and shareability, they always go together. The last thing, okay, we need to understand this concept called abstraction now. Okay, what is this abstraction? That knowledge we should require. What is this abstraction? Okay, so to understand this abstraction, let me help you with a real-time analogy. For example, let us say that you are operating your Android phone. Let us say that this is your Android phone, right? Usually, if I want to define applications, every of them majorly they are going to have three major apps, right? What are they? One is Insta, second one is Facebook, third one is what? WhatsApp, right? Insta, Facebook, and WhatsApp. These are the major applications, and mostly widely used applications in the world, right? Let us say that you want to connect to, you are just tapping the Facebook icon. You're just tapping the Facebook icon. The moment you tap the Facebook icon, right, what happens internally? So many things will be done internally, right? You are just doing a tap, you are just giving a tap, but internally, okay, it is going to communicate with the hardware system, followed by it is also going to communicate with the software system, your phone software plus hardware. So this is called your phone architecture. Combination of hardware and software is called as what? Phone architecture. After this, because why hardware is coming here? For the memory it is coming. Why software is coming here? Okay, to give space, I mean to allocate memory, right? Then after that, what happens? It is going to what? It has to communicate with the network, internet. Okay? After this, what has to happen? Okay? It has to get communicate to what? Facebook server. Facebook server. So this is the typical request. The moment you are tapping, one tap will ensure, okay, these many things behind the scenes. Request is going, right? And this request will do what? Will give you a response. Yes or no? And you will get a response from the server. Right? One tap is doing so many things behind the scenes. Okay, and the internet, from the internet again it will go to this hardware and software, right? Again, what happens? Okay, your screen, okay, your Android phone now becomes what? Now becomes like this. I mean, your screen will become like this huge screen, and you will see what? You will see the notifications, you will see the Facebook news feeds, you will see so many things. Okay, friend request, notification, and you will see a news feed. So many things you will see. News feeds and notification icons and messages icons. So many things you will see because of one tap. Okay, but from the user perspective, is just hitting the Facebook icon. He's just he's doing what? He's just hitting the Facebook icon. But these are the things that is happening behind the scenes. Are we worried about these things that are happening behind the scenes? We don't even care about the things that are happening behind the scenes, right? These things are abstracted. User really doesn't want to know all these things. What he wants to know the news feeds. He wants to know if there are any messages. He wants to know if there are any notifications. He wants to enjoy seeing the videos. He will be scrolling up. He will be scrolling down, scrolling up and scrolling down. These things happen. Everything is a request here. Everything is a request here. If you scroll down again, it has to follow this process server, and again this is like a cycle. This is like a cycle. Okay, this is like a cycle. Request will go, whatever the action that you go, but you don't even care about these things, right? You will worry about the news feeds. These things are abstracted from us. These things are not even considered. The things that you do not want to see, these are the implementation details, the details that are hidden from you, the details that is being hidden from you, right? What is Facebook doing? Facebook is just hiding the implementation details, okay, things that are happening behind the scenes, hiding the implementation details and showing only the necessary functionality. Necessary functionality is called as what? Abstraction. Very simple. Hiding the implementation details and showing necessary function. This is the typical example. One more example, if I want to take, let us take a washing machine. Okay, you have a manual washing machine, right? Not automated, manual one, right? So in the manual one, there will be some buttons, random buttons. Okay, one button is a spinner, another button is a what? Washer. Okay, and there will be a kind of plug tabs to drain the water out or to let the water in, right? And this manual washing machine has been divided into two parts. One is for spinner and second one is for washer, right? So do you really worry about the internal things? Okay, you always do what? You take the unwashed clothes and you put inside. Okay, washing machine is going to take care of the things that it is supposed to do, right? Are you really worry about the size of the motor? Or are you really worry about the how much RPM it is going to rate, how much electricity is going to consume, okay, at what rate this motor is running, okay, and what is input voltage? We don't worry about the internal things. This is abstracted, right? This is hidden inside. The only showing that you are worry about the functionality, not the internal details. So this is a kind of abstraction. What is abstraction? This motor things, this voltage things, this current things, okay, the internal things you don't care. What you care? You care only what? It should it should wash your clothes. Functionality, you should worry about functionality, not the abstraction, right? Always worry about functionality. So this is a kind of one of the typical example for abstraction. Functionality, right? If you want to apply this to the packages, right? So same example you will take. The same example you will take if you want to apply this to the packages. So here if you see this generating email as a functionality. What functionality? It will take an input. Okay, it will take an input. Input will be in the form of what? Input will be in the form of name, any name. Let us take Prasanna. Okay, if this is the input, right, it is going to do what? Okay, the internal things are and what we call it as abstracted, right? The moment I try to see me as a team leader, I am trying to test this functionality. I don't see the internal things. Really, I don't even care about these internal things. I don't even care about how the coding is written, what kind of logic is used. Is it following the time complexity or the space complexity? Is it organized? Whatever, I don't care. What I care, okay, if I pass an input, is it able to generate email or not? Okay, that will I look. If I pass Prasanna as an input, I will expect an output as what? Okay, Prasanna @abc.com. Okay, I do not want to worry about this internal thing. This is the abstraction, right? So are we achieving the abstraction in the packages? Okay, there will be some person, okay, sir, there will be some developer, he will be developing a functionality, a functionality. Let us say that the functionality is same as the functionality that we have already developed. What he will do, he will just use the import statement. Do you think he is going to worry about the internal things? No, he will just import it and he will just operate upon that functionality by just passing the input, and he will expect the output that is supposed to be expected, like this. Do you think he's really going to worry about this internal code? No. What he will worry? Okay, if I pass this input like this, am I getting output like this? That is what he thinks. Don't you think that this package things are giving an abstraction? This is a simple example. In the real-time example, there will be a lot of modules, a lot of packages that you would be using very often. Every time you will be using repeatedly over and over again. But you don't worry about the internal things. What you would worry actually, if I pass the input, am I getting the expected output? That is what your worrying would be, not about the internal things. Abstraction. These things are abstracted from another developer. You won't have the time to see all these things. What you will actually do, you will try to pass the input and you will think, okay, expected output is coming or not, right? So one more thing. Let us say, look at this. Okay, so I am the end user. Okay, I am the end user. Okay, this is my application. Email address generation is my application. Okay, and you will have to enter a name. Let us say that I am entering a name as Balaji. This is the front end thing. Okay, this is the front end thing. Okay, so me as an end user, okay, behind the scenes, what is happening? This Balaji will be what? Balaji is a data. Okay, internally, this is the front end. Okay, it has to be passed to what? It has to be passed to the backend. The data has to be passed to the backend. Okay, what is the code for the backend? So this is the code for the backend. Okay, this is the code. This is the typical backend code. I mean, we Java developers has developed this. Okay, what happens? You have given the input as Balaji. Okay, this Balaji will go to this code. Okay, and this name will be replaced as Balaji, right? And here Balaji will get concatenated with what? abc@abc.com. After the concatenation, what is the resultant value? Balaji@abc.com. Right? This resultant value will be transmitted back as an output. Will be transmitted back as an output, and you will get to see what? You get to see Balaji@abc.com. So this is just a mapping. This is how not exactly it is going to work. This is just for the imagination I am giving it to you. Do you think that the end user is really worried about this code? End user is really worried about this code? No, what end user is worried about? He has to give the input and he should be seeing the email that is getting generated. To give next input as Prasanna, same thing happen. Internally, it will communicate with the backend code. Okay, and all these things will happen. The response will come. So this is the front end thing. Okay. Okay, end user is going to see only these things. This is the things that is happening behind the scenes. From the end user perspective, these things are abstracted. The things that he cannot see. Right? So packages are giving the abstraction. When you work with many number of packages, you will get to know about the abstraction much better. This is a simple example. The imagination is limited for us now. The future class, the moment we start building applications, there you will see the exact advantages of what? Abstraction. Why packages talks about abstraction. Making sense? Confused? Everyone are able to follow? You want me to repeat this once again? Abstraction? Yes, no? Are we good? Yes? Please say something. Please let me know if you are not understanding. I will repeat it in a different way. Okay, so now very simple. Okay, in the interview perspective, he is not going to ask all these things, but we have covered the out of topic question. What is that? What is abstraction? We got to know. This abstraction is also a very big topic. It's a future topic. Okay, but if you get this question, the interviewer is going to expect the simple answer. What is the simple answer? This is the answer it is going to expect. Hiding the implemented details and showing the necessary functionality is called as abstraction. You can remember this washing machine or this Facebook example, right? And this abstraction is also an advantage for Java packages. Okay, why it is an advantage for Java packages? Because the developer, if he wants to import a functionality from different package, he really don't worry about the code. He always worry about what the input it is taking and what output it is giving, because abstraction. That's it. Right? We have covered all the 5 examples. Right? And one more thing we need to cover, the last thing. And this thing is what? So far we have been discussing about the package creation, right? For example, let me delete all these things. Okay? By this, the packages concepts are over. And also I'm telling, don't worry about this code, guys. So I will make you expert in developing codes. Don't worry about this code. Just try to understand the concept. Okay, we will develop each and every piece of code in detail. We will go deeper into it. Trust me, you will get goosebumps. Okay, now I want to create a class, guys. Okay, everyone focus here. Okay. Now if you see, I am inside the folder called D, D drive and a folder called Java 2. How I can represent this in the paint screen? Okay, let me do this. Okay. See, I have a folder called what? I have a folder called, I have a drive called D drive. It's a D drive. Inside this D drive, I have created a folder. Inside this, I have created a folder called Java. Java 2 is the folder name. What is it? What is the name of the folder name? Java 2. Java 2. Right. So a simple example I am taking. Let me take package pack1, okay, and I am taking a class. Let me take this class as public class here. Simple class I am taking. If you want to save this class, okay, how I am supposed to save this class? File save as a.java. Okay, so now if you see a.java file has been saved exactly under this. Exactly under where? Under this a.java. Right, exactly, it has been placed inside this folder. I can say that a.java has been placed inside this folder. Inside this folder there is a file called a.java. Right, now if you see, I want to perform the compilation. What is the command? Java C space -d space current directory space a.java. Okay, because of this command the package is getting created. Okay, where the package is getting created? Okay, in the same level. Okay, there is a pack1. Inside this pack1 the dot class file has been placed. We want to represent this, right? In the same level a package is created. In the same level, name of the package is what? Pack1, right? Inside this pack1 you have what? Dot class file, a dot class file. This is what happening. You see, okay. So after while saving it, it is getting saved inside Java 2 folder. Inside Java 2 folder it is getting saved. While compilation, another additional package is getting created. Inside that package, the dot class file is getting placed. Okay. But my requirement is I want to place this dot class file in a different location. I want to choose a different location. For example, I want to choose a different drive called C drive. Okay. Inside this C drive, I have a folder called classes. Okay. What I want to do, I do not want to store the dot class file, save the dot class files inside the same directory or inside the same location. Instead of that, I want to ensure that this dot class file is getting saved. I mean, the package and the dot class file is getting saved inside this folder. In order to do that, what I want to do, let us go and see. Okay, I have the C drive. Inside this C drive, let me create a folder called classes. Folder. Okay, I'm naming this folder as what? Renaming this folder as let me connect charger. Classes. Okay, I want to save the dot class file here. How I can do that? Okay, let me perform the compilation once again. Java C space -d. Instead of giving dot here, I can just give the directory name. Okay, inside the C drive. Okay, semicolon // Okay, there is a folder called classes folder. Inside that folder, okay, please generate the dot class file. If you use dot, it is going to generate the dot class file in the current directory by creating the package. Instead of giving this dot, you can also specify the path, absolute path. Okay, if you do that, okay, so the dot class file will be placed inside this path. The right classes folder, inside this the dot class files will be placed. That is the proof. Now you go to the C drive. The C drive, where is classes is the folder. Okay, pack1 is the package. Now dot class file is. Okay, dot means representing the current directory. Okay, you can replace dot with your own absolute path. Okay, compilation is going to generate dot class file, right? The moment you use dot here, okay, the package will be created in the current directory and the dot class file will be placed inside the current directory. Able to follow? Yes, no? If not, you can give the absolute path. Okay, the package will be created in this directory and the dot class file will be placed inside that. That's the example. This also you can do. Okay, in the real time we are not going to do all this. We will just create the package just with one click. Okay, this understanding is important to import the predefined packages. Okay, we are going to see that in the future. Able to follow? Right? So because of this command which I have just used now, because of this command which I have just used now, because of this command, okay, now the dot generated dot class file will be placed inside C drive. Okay, this is the C drive. Okay, and there is a folder called classes folder. Okay, inside this classes folder, okay, a package will be created. What is a package? Okay, pack1 will be created. Inside this pack1, okay, a dot class file will be placed. I will let you know how to operate this command prompt, how to download Java, how to operate this command prompt in tomorrow's class, in tomorrow day after tomorrow class. This is for your understanding. So this is the, if you use Java space -d space dot space a dot Java, everything will happen in the current directory. Okay? And you also have an option to make this happen in your own directory, in your own location, preferred location. That also, instead of dot, you replace with the absolute path. In that path, dot class file will be stored. You are just organizing the things. That's it, nothing else. You are just organizing these things for the security. Packages needs to be, if you are developing a Java application, every class and every packages needs to be organized in such a way that there is no confusion. For the organization purpose, the packages are coming into the picture. So that's all for the today's class. If you have any doubts, you can unmute and you can